Hello everyone. This is it. This is week 26 of the competition prep. So, man, the weeks are stacking up, that's for sure. I'm officially 10 weeks out from my first competition, so we're pretty much at that last stretch phase of the prep, and things are going well. That's for sure. So last week, what I did was from last Wednesday to this past Tuesday, it was a diet break. So over the course of that week, those 7 days, I ate at my maintenance calories. So they're all high days. It went really well. I mean, it definitely felt a little bit better eating those extra calories and the extra, just the extra food. That's for sure. So energy levels were definitely higher. Hunger levels were a little bit lower. Training went great. My physique actually sharpened up a little bit. So funny enough, when you eat more, when you've been dieting for so long and you've been just in this steady stream of fat loss, when you eat a little bit more, your body will hold a little bit more glycogen from the added carbohydrates. So the muscles fill up a little bit, pushes up against your skin a bit more, and actually makes you look a little bit sharper and kind of makes you look leaner. So I probably didn't lose any fat during the diet break, but I kind of looked leaner. I definitely looked sharper. The lines in my physique looked a little bit more crisp. So yeah, diet break it definitely met its purpose. That's for sure. I got out of it feeling recharged. When you're in a diet break, it doesn't feel like you're still in a prep. So basically you're just getting your head above water a little bit, like you're in a little bit of a life raft, but you're still kind of stuck out in the middle of the ocean. So it's not like it feels like you're all better by any means. And if you're in a contest prep watching this, then you know the feeling. But it did help me at least kind of catch my breath a little bit, recharge, and then basically get ready for these next 10 weeks. So the last day of the diet break was this past Tuesday here, and then come Wednesday we started our next set of parameters here. So Jeff made some changes to my nutrition parameters. So before, what I was doing, I was eating 3 high days, so 3 maintenance calorie days and 4 low days, 4 deficit days more or less. My high days were 2,700 calories, just a bit more than that. My low days were about 2,300, so 4 days of 2,300, 3 days of 2,700. And so we just changed that at the end of my diet break to 5 low days of 2,100 calories and just 2 days of 2,600 calories. So the high days are lower and the low days are lower. And to be perfectly honest, I'm really excited about it. So on average, we're getting pretty low. Like those 2,100 calories for me, that's definitely the low end of calories. Definitely. It's still above 2,000. I'm not sure if we're going to go below 2,000 on the prep. Maybe if we get to a point where we really want to dig hard if we need to. I guess only time will tell. But 2,100 calories for me is definitely a low amount. That being said, I'm really excited about it because what it means is we're really trying to take things to the next level at this point. We're really going to start more or less digging for fat loss. I'm pretty lean. I'm definitely, I'd say a little bit less. I'm a little bit leaner than just your average summer lean. I'm leaner than that. But now we're really kind of getting to the point where we want to get to stage lean. So that's what these next 10 weeks are going to be like. I'm not sure exactly what the next 10 weeks are going to entail. That's why it's nice having a coach, someone that's kind of behind the steering wheel, that's kind of steering and navigating the ship. I'm not sure exactly what the plan is going to be. And a lot of it too is we don't know until we get there. So we have a bit of we're proactive, but we're also reactive too, seeing how I'm feeling. And we're also seeing what my progress is like. So the good news is at 10 weeks out, I'm a pretty good level of leanness. I probably am not going to have to do any extra drastic catching up with extra cardio or making a really crazy drop to calories or anything like that. So I think we're just doing a little bit of that good old digging for fat loss here. again, like I am very excited because I mean, this means that I'm going to see the physique start to sharpen up even more and maybe get to a level of leanness that I have never been at before. And I have to say, like, as far as how I'm looking right now, it's definitely better than I've ever looked at any part of another prep before. A big part of that's because of how we're pacing it. Like, I feel like healthy going through it. And my mindset's in a good place. And overall, I think we're in we've got a really good kind of, as Jeff would put it, I think he would put it as we've got a good flow. So, that is definitely going well. Big challenge for me, I've talked about this for other parts in this video series is like the mental aspect. So, I mean, I still got 10 weeks. And I mean, it's short, but it's also, I mean, it's short, but it's also long. Like, it's still 10 weeks into the future before the first competition. And like the temptation for me now, and I've done this in past preps, is just to get super, super prep focused. Like, you know, the point. And again, like if you're watching this and you're in a contest prep, or you've done contest preps, then maybe you can relate where you get deep into the contest prep and like you just find yourself on your phone scrolling through like other bodybuilders' pages and seeing how they're doing in their prep, seeing who you're competing against, like just doing that a little bit too much. So like I can feel myself, like there's even been times for me where I'm like, why am I on my phone scrolling through this stuff right now? So it's like my challenge is I don't want to just fixate on for the next 10 weeks on this. Like, it's very much going to be there and I'm very much going to feel it the whole time, but there are other things that need to stay in the forefront. So relationships and of course work. So like that needs to stay at the forefront of my mind. And the good news is I've got the awareness and I am practicing it, but it's still a challenge. Like it's always something that, you know, if I let myself slip, then I'll just be kind of on my phone a little bit too often, just, you know, going through bodybuilding profile, like natural bodybuilding pages and like just going through every natural bodybuilding podcast I can find. I still do that because I still like it, of course, but, you know, within what is balanced. And again, a lot of you guys can probably relate. But anyways, so one thing I want to talk about a little bit is how I've been feeling. So this is the third day since I've implemented since implementing the lower calories. So this is my third day of 2100 calories. And honestly, right now, feel pretty good. Like as far as energy goes, so maybe I'm still got some of that tapered off energy or that built up energy from the diet break. Like it's still like maybe I got some glycogen stores that are still kind of fueling the systems here. But like energy levels pretty good. I mean, hunger, yeah, we're back there. Like it's definitely there, but you know, again, that comes with the territory. Something that helps me is just reminding myself that at the end of the day, hunger it's just a feeling. Like it's just something that you feel, and there are ways to kind of distract yourself from it. So like for me, I really like it actually helps to be really busy with work and to try to make myself busier with work, because that's a way of keeping my mind off of hunger, right? So it's got a helpful effect to it, and I try to use it that way. And plus, like my fiance and I, we do things that keeps my mind off of it. So I don't know if there's any Naruto fans here, but we love watching Naruto in the evenings. I actually have never seen it before. We love anime. She's watched it, but she has insisted that we watch through the series from the beginning because I've never seen it and I love anime. And I know it's a classic, like it's one of the best. And so we started watching it, and it's true, it is really amazing, and I'm actually surprised I've never seen it before. So we're actually like now on the 6th or 7th season. But anyway, so we watch that in the evenings. It keeps my mind off of food a good amount. And then, yeah, other little things, like we go for walks, like just the act of walking and like having good conversations and being present in the moment keeps my mind off of things like my hunger. Because again, it's just a feeling, and I don't want it to be something that kind of takes away from quality of life. If you look at the whole bodybuilding season for me, starts in January. It started in January. It probably won't end until the middle of November. So it's almost a full year. So I want to still be able to live my life at a high level and be present with everything that I'm doing and everyone that I'm around, versus letting letting myself succumb to hunger or low energy, or just becoming too fixated on the prep itself. It's like still got to be about everything, and because otherwise then you'd just be basically like kind of writing off the entire year as like, this is bodybuilding year, and it is like, and that's something that it's super important to me, but it should still fit in with everything else. Like, bodybuilding doesn't have to overshadow everything else. It can work in with everything. It can just be there in the background, something that you're kind of working on in the shadows. And that's kind of the way that I've been thinking about it, and the way that I like to practice it. And I'm working on, I really liked having Jeff as a coach, because he teaches, or well, he kind of, that's kind of what he believes in. It's like, the food, it comes and it goes, the preps, they come and go, but like, it's the people around you, your work and everything, like that's still there. And those are the things that are pretty much the most important. So it's important that the bodybuilding doesn't kind of get in the way of those other things. But that's, yeah. So we're doing pretty good, and the awareness is there. It's a work in progress, but yeah. Training's going pretty well still. So last week was, and I talked about this in the video, my last episode, I came off of that little lower back spasm, that lower back tweak, and I changed my training. Like, I slowed down my reps more. I changed a lot of the loads. I added some pauses, and since then, training has been going so well. So I'm loading the exercises almost across the board, not all of them, a little bit less. I'm slowing everything down, and I'm just feeling everything a lot more without any kind of a worry that like, I hope like there's no tweak here if I push around this amount of weight. It's like I feel really confident, and I feel the tension in the right place. Like, even these hamstring curls, good old hamstring curls, just slowing everything down. My goodness. Something that I've been doing a lot more with these, especially too, is these weighted, these partials. I'll do them at the end of the set. They come out with a bunch of research talking about the benefits of this, but I just do them at the end of a set when I can't do any more full range of motion ones. So I'll get like maybe 3 partials out, just elongated, where the muscles are elongated under load. You're doing like the last 30 to 50% of the rep when your muscles are stretched out, and it feels like it's a very strong feeling, and give it that. So I mean, if the research is right, then it's going to be helping me, and I'm liking it. I'm feeling it in the right places. Very challenging, and I like training because it's challenging. I really like challenging myself. I've been doing that, not for every exercise, but for many. So I think I did it for these pull downs here. And the slowing down of the reps, it's always a good investment to do that, whether you're in a prep or not. Like, it teaches you how to move better, just slowing things down. So like these pull downs, for example, I started doing this for a lot of my rowing exercises too. I almost segment one rep into like 2 phases. So like I pull it down, and then I hold my body, like I try to retract my shoulders. As I'm raising it up, I keep them retracted, and then when I'm at the top, I'm elongated, and then I allow my shoulders to elevate. And it's a really cool kind of a feeling, but it's like you keep it retracted, and then all of a sudden in the last second, when you have to, you elevate your shoulders, and you feel it like right under here. I don't know, it's a very cool kind of a stretch tension feeling. And I think if the feeling is matching, if the muscle growth is, or the muscle maintenance, the effect it's having is matching how it's feeling, it's doing pretty good. See, here's some partials here at the end of this set. Just a couple little partials. But yeah. Anyways, guys, this pretty much covers it. So these next 10 weeks, I think, are going to be the most exciting part of the whole prep. So we're really digging now. We really are. So we're going to sharpen up and look probably a way that I've never looked before. I'm very excited. I'm really happy with the way that I'm well, you know, it's a work in progress. I'm really trying to do my best to be aware of bringing balance to the bodybuilding with every other part of life. And I think I'm doing a decent job. It's not perfect by any means. But yeah, big shout out to my fiance, as always, Rachel. She's a rock for me on in the prep, and she's just so wonderful in helping kind of bring about balance and just help me to like push myself too. Geez, she really does and encourages me. And then big thank you to Jeff, of course, too, for being a great navigator and guide, and yeah, the guy that's basically steering the ship on the ocean. Couldn't be doing this without him, that's for sure. So anyways, guys, yeah, it's going well. We got a lot of really exciting things to come in the future. I'm going to be doing up to 4 shows this year too. So we got September 9th, we've got October 7th, then we got the 3rd week of October, I think, and then we got November 17th, 18th, something like that, 4 shows. But yeah, anyways, tons of cool stuff. It's just around the corner. Anyways, like the video if you like it, and feel free to subscribe if you want to see more. See you guys.